Pokemon Go.
It is a great and fun game, but currently it is unusable sometimes.
It
Sometimes.
isn't. It is unusable here totally on Puerto Rico.
Yeah, for some reason they didn't add any Poke Centers or gyms or anything. So
Also,
yeah,
Puerto Rico has nothing, huh? I was gonna ask.
yeah, it's
Uh,
nothing. There's
we we
hope.
can we can we can download it, but it's like that version that it's patched and it's like illegal,
Yeah,
and it doesn't
some.
work.
I mean, I guess it's not illegal because it's a free app anyway. But
Well, for Android,
is it like?
yeah,
What do you mean? Like on Android, it's not free?
Android is free, but I don't think for Apple it's free.
No, yeah, it's free. I got it
It's
free.
free.
Yeah,
All right.
so it's not illegal. It's just it's not official.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
um, but yeah, like you open it up and there's nothing, and so there's hope that eventually they'll actually update it so it's included. But I'm because due to prior experiences with things like this and Nintendo and whatnot. I don't think this is even directly under Nintendo. It's Niantic or Niantic or however you pronounce it. Um,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's ever gonna happen. It's gonna be years before they actually add it, and by the time they do add it, the fad will probably be over.
Okay. So how does this app work?
It well, it's very simple. You first customize your character however you want. There's not a lot of features to customize. You just choose your gender, uh, and then your hair color, and there's only like what 4 different hair colors or something like that, and then different shirts, pants, and whatnot, and backpack, shoes. You get to make him or her look however you want it to look. But like I said, there's not a lot of options. Um,
Okay.
but then after you're done customizing, the fun part comes, and it's where you get to choose your starter Pokemon. It's usually either Squirtle, Charmander, or Venusaur.
Yeah.
And
Just the basic Pokemon.
yeah, or is it Bulbasaur? Bulbasaur is
Bulbasaur, because this game
yeah.
is pretty much Gen 1, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
super up on my Pokemon lore.
Well, Venusaur is the last form, isn't it?
It goes Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur.
Yeah. So yeah, Bulbasaur. Uh, yeah, you get your starter Pokemon, and then after that, you basically have to just walk around finding Pokemon like you would in an actual game, but uh, there's like Pokemon assigned to specific areas in like the world or whatnot. Um, and then you can go to Poke Centers and put like bait or lure down to like lure specific Pokemon. And we saw a bit of that while we were driving around the other day, me and Dan.
Uh huh.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't wait to go cruising with you, dude, when we
Yeah,
get
dude.
back.
Like we need to catch all the Pokemon. And then the really cool part, I guess, is after you catch a whole bunch of Pokemon, you'll level up by walking around and catching Pokemon. But you can also go to certain landmarks and some landmarks will be Pokemon gyms, and there you can try to win the gym over for your team. I don't know what that exactly does afterwards. I don't know if there's like somewhere that it's keeping score as like what team controls what gyms.
Well, I think that information is being stored somewhere, but gyms get you XP for defeating the people who are holding the gyms over. And also, if you're like the complete leader of the gym, um,
Hmm.
if you're the leader of the gym, I'm not sure if it applies to any other people guarding the gym, but you can actually get currency that you would normally have to spend real money on, it auto generates it for you every 21 hours. It's like some certain amount that you'd be able to use to buy things in the in-game store.
Wow.
But you get a lot of XP for just defeating people in gyms in general.
Oh, nice, nice.
And then one of the things that's making it really popular on like Facebook and Reddit and other stuff is finding Pokemon in unusual places. Like there's people finding it in bathrooms. Like I saw a Diglett popping out of a toilet seat. And what else? Someone finding some food or some Pokemon in their food or something. They're just scattered all over the place somewhat. It's
just randomly.
yeah.
It makes for great pictures.
Yeah, someone found a Caterpie in their dog's turd. So yeah.
So this is work like a GPS, right?
It uses your location, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Some people classify that as like a geo game, so to speak.
So when you were on the plane, you could not find a Pokemon, right?
Well, there wasn't Wi-Fi on my plane, so
Right.
I couldn't connect. But Odaken, he tried it and he couldn't find any. It would be pretty cool if they did put like
Darn,
sky
that's like
specific.
how else are you supposed to get flying types, dude?
Yeah, I know. I just wanted the legend. Like I just want to go through some thunderclouds and find Zapdos in them.
Find Zapdos. Oh, yeah. That's why I'm Team Instinct.
Team Instinct.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the yellow team. It's split up into 3 teams, like we said. Team Valor is the red team, and Team Mystic is the blue team. They're each represented by the 3 legendary birds. I love Zapdos the best, and yellow's awesome. So,
Frederick.
oh, Frederick,
just,
that's my cat.
Yeah.
Yes, one of them. You guys can hear that really well, can't you?
Yeah.
Sting.
Kitty.
Stop it. Do we want to edit this?
Nope.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Loser time.
so yeah, the game, as you know, it wasn't surprisingly. It was really it was obvious it was going to be a huge hit as soon as it came out. I guess it wasn't very obvious to them because their servers are constantly just loaded up with people just trying to log in, and because of that, sometimes in the U.S., even though you get into the game, landmarks and Pokemon won't appear because the game's still trying to sort of like connect to the servers and find out what Pokemon are associated with your area and whatnot. So it's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. So how does your Pokemon evolve?
It's very different in this game. It's not traditional to the Pokemon games at all. The evolution happens between this powering up type item known as Stardust and Candy. Candy is specific to Pokemon. So a unique example actually is Eevee. Normally in the normal Pokemon games, you would give Eevee like a specific stone, and that would cause Eevee to evolve. Or, traditionally, even more traditionally, you'd level up Pokemon and then they just evolve when they hit that spot.
Yeah.
In this, you need a certain amount of candy. So say you wanted a Gyarados, however you say that, from Magikarp. You would need a certain amount of this Stardust, which you would get from catching Pokemon, and you would need, I think for him, it's 50 pieces of candy, and you get that candy for catching duplicates, which means that you would have to capture, a certain number of Magikarp to get the amount of candy it would take to evolve him into Gyarados, and that's specific to every Pokemon. Like if there's Pikachu, then there's Pikachu candy. You see what I'm saying? You just get
Yeah.
candy for the extras that you get.
Do you need to get candy specifically for that Pokemon, or do you just get
Yeah,
candy in general for everyone?
you get that candy specific to catching that Pokemon. If I catch a Caterpie, I get Caterpie candy.
Okay. Got it.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's not necessarily I mean, all Pokemon's a bit of a grind, but you get candy specific to that Pokemon. Like, say in my neighborhood, there's like Pidgeys everywhere, right? This neighborhood, that's all there is. So I have tons of Pidgey candy and tons of extra Pidgeys. I'm able to transfer them to the professor, aka just clear up my inventory of them and never see them again. But the professor also gives me candy for each Pidgey I give to him. So that's more fuel towards powering up like the strongest Pidgey I have, for example, to make him even stronger, to evolve him. And that's the method they kind of have there. Evolving him also gets your character, not only powers them up, but it also gets you XP.
Indeed, that's pretty cool. Wow. So what other feature this game has differently from previous games?
Quite a bit, really.
I mean, I guess for one, you're no longer restricted to like a region per se. The world is your region.
Or
Yes.
wherever it's supported right now.
But
is
I'd
this
like to say you're not
considered-
limited, but then again, you
Yeah.
are because it's not
Yes.
everywhere.
But is this considered like an RPG, MMO type of real world thing?
It's a bit like an RPG, but it doesn't have RPG mechanics.
Yeah, you gotta know, for if you love Pokemon, it doesn't play like a Pokemon game.
No.
Period.
Not
I mean,
exactly.
the traditional, four slot moves aren't even there. Actually,
You just have one move, actually, don't you?
I think they mostly have two moves.
Okay.
And fighting is restricted to gyms. It's not
Yeah.
like somebody wants to stop and, hey, let's fight Pokemon.
And
Like,
there's
it doesn't work.
yeah, and you don't even get to like use items or choose the skills they use. It kind of just happens, sort of. It's kind of like, oh, whichever is the strongest Pokemon wins, or maybe there's some sort of algorithm they use to decide. But
Yeah, Pokemon don't have levels exactly. They have combat points, and that affects the base damage that they do with the two different moves that they have. I think it might be an auto attack and then two different moves. I'm not sure. I don't want to misinform people. Just to be clear, I played. What level am I anyway? I think I'm level 8 or 9 at this point, and I haven't fought a gym yet. So I don't want to mislead people in that. I forget the point I was trying to make. I'm tired.
the fighting, how it
Yeah.
works, or how winning's
Yes,
decided, I guess.
The fighting is basically you tapping on the enemy and then swiping to dodge, and holding the touch down on the enemy for a certain period of time to do special attacks and stuff like that.
Now,
That's it.
Now, you only need one person to start the battle, right? Not both of the people don't need to be there at the same time. So
That's right.
Started.
That's how gyms work. So gyms are actual locations. Interestingly enough, you may have or may have not seen on the internet that a lot of these gyms are actually churches. It's kind of funny. But if a player takes over a gym, specifically, you'll see their name there and take a Pokemon out of their collection to stand there and guard it. And they are able to take other Pokemon there to train it, to train the gym, Again, I'm fuzzy on this because I haven't done the gym stuff yet, but they're able to raise the level and prestige of the gym. And if it's like level 2, then you get another slot for any other player on the same team to come in and place their own Pokemon as a guard post. I have a place in my neighborhood that I can see loading it up from my house, actually. That is the highest level gym that I've seen. And then coincidentally is Team Instinct too, which is rare, the yellow team. And they have theirs up to level 8. And uh, they're down a slot, but they have 7 people guarding it. So anybody who wants to try and take over that spot, they have to go through 7 different guys right now to try and take it over.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, good to know that it's the yellow team that we're on
Yep,
Oh,
for
yeah.
one of them.
for at least
Mhm.
one of them.
So what other features out there?
I mean, I think that's pretty much it for the game. Like, there's not a huge bunch.
Well, I love the
This-
Pokestops.
Yeah, the
yeah,
Pokes.
focus. Yeah,
yeah.
the people have been talking about that a lot.
Some
What
of
are
them
those
are.
exactly?
Huh? You want to tell them, Dan?
Yeah, I've been playing the game a lot. In fact, I played it a lot today.
I can't download because I don't have the space. But if I would have the space and the actual app, well, I could actually say something. But yeah,
Oh
I'm here
yeah,
like
it's fine. The Pokestops are monuments in your area, works of art, for example. Like my neighborhood has like a couple different statues, for example. No statues are actually Pokestops, so you actually got to go to them. You know, in vicinity of them, and they give you items when you
Yeah.
go visit them. So you walk up to them, and there's a picture of it there, like in the phone. Like they use Google Street View or something, or
Or
I
someone
hear,
took a picture or
yeah, or
something.
somebody took a picture and submitted it to them, because this isn't their first game like this. Um, their the company has had a different geotype game like this, but it gives you items, and that's really awesome. It saves you all kinds of stuff. There's potions in case your Pokemon get damaged in gym battles, so you can get potions from there. You get more Pokeballs from there. That's a really big one.
Yeah.
And revives in case your Pokemon faint in battle. And I've also gotten eggs. I guess that's another aspect of this. Um, you put eggs in an incubator, and depending on how big they are, there's like 2 kilometer eggs and 5 kilometer eggs and 10 kilometer eggs, and you place those into an incubator item. Um, and you have to walk a certain distance. So, like for the 5 kilometer egg, you have to walk 5 kilometers with it in the incubator, and you have the chance of having a rare Pokemon hatch from it.
nice.
And you're getting those eggs. They're kind of like rarer drops from Pokestops, but I've gotten them.
Yeah.
And that's pretty sweet too.
For Pokestops, you have to be uh, decently close, because I remember there was this one Pokestop where I felt like I was right next to it, but I wasn't, and I couldn't walk to it because I was blocked by a building or two. So I'd have to go all the way around the block to get it to it. So you actually have to be right next to the landmark to actually be at it. So it's not like you see it like at the edge of your phone screen and be like, oh yeah, that totally counts. Like, nope, you got to go there.
That's right.
Wow.
And I really love, the more Pokestops you have, the better. But I've been doing really well in stock as far as Pokeballs. The in-game store sells them to you, but the stops are awesome because, they only give you maybe at max 4 for every stop that you go to, but with the numerous stops you're able to go to, you can get plenty. So it's awesome.
Nice, nice. So, is there a legendary Pokemon in this game?
I don't know yet. I haven't seen one, and I haven't seen anyone post one yet.
Yeah, it's kind of weird since uh this is actually an open world, of course.
I'm
Yeah.
sure, like, you'd
Yeah.
probably get a legendary Pokemon somehow. I know Dan and I, when we were driving to the airport, we drove by I think it was a gym maybe, and we saw
Yeah.
a lake or river, and it was like, oh, this river is guarded by a powerful water type Pokemon or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what you said, Dan?
Yeah.
Mm.
So there might be legendary Pokemons that are assigned to specific landmarks, I guess.
Yeah. Who knows? The Pokédex in this game doesn't go up to 150 because I'm pretty sure that it's excluding guys like Zapdos and Mewtwo and Mew and things like that. But see, now that's a thing that I think is going to keep the game relevant for longer, or for some people's, because people are going to be excited. Uh, when they were, they could just keep releasing Pokemon. There's like
Yeah.
lots of gens to work with. Gen 2 can come next, and then it's like all over again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People allegedly say weird things that I'm not sure if I believe or not. Like, you have a greater chance of finding electric types if you're by, electrical transformers or power plants or stuff. I mean, that's how the Pokédex in the games would say. They also say you have a greater chance of finding water types by bodies of water. I can kind of somewhat believe that, but the thing that really shakes it up for me are the electric types, and people want to say that fire types hang out by gas stations.
Yeah, I
What?
don't know.
I have a hard time believing that.
I mean, I believe the water type one.
I do, because when you look at the map, they have chunks of blue to represent water.
Yeah.
And so to me, programming wise, I can kind of see, hey, have a greater percent chance to spawn when near this specific instance on the map. I think they'd have. It's just harder for me to believe when it comes to the electric and especially the fire one.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to see like a bunch of people like hoarding a gas station just to find a fire type Pokemon.
Yeah, Charizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So have you guys heard news, good news and bad news about this game? It's not about the game, it's about the people who actually use the game.
Yeah.
I've personally heard more good news.
I
than
mean, like,
bad news.
a lot of the
I have heard
positive-
a lot of bad news.
a lot of the positive news is like, people having fun with the game, obviously, like,
It's a
and
huge success.
yeah,
It's
and
a
the funny
huge
pictures
success.
that people make, like, it is really great. All the bad stuff that happens is just because of people's, like,
They're just stupid.
yeah, like the game tells you, like, pay attention where you're going as you're walking and whatnot, and you'd think that's a given, but humans be humans, and like the longer I'm here in Puerto Rico, the more I'm reminded, oh yeah, there's these people exist.
like the first one is that I'm going to tell you guys, and let's see how you guys will react if I find a Pokemon in a ghetto place. Let's just be real. This is the real freaking world. In a ghetto place. Would I even get to the ghetto place where a guy is selling crack? And let me pass because I found a Pokemon here and I want to catch it.
No, dude, there's actually been people that I saw an article where like there's a Pokestop for a strip club.
Yeah, I read that article.
There's a Pokestop for like a bikers gang or something.
Yeah.
And a few other places. It's like, what the heck? But yeah, the funniest ones, the funniest ones is that, like, surprisingly, there's quite a few like stripper clubs and and there's one place called Sex House, and the Sex House was called. That's just what it was called on the Pokestop landmark thing. It just said Sex House or whatever.
Dude, I just heard the news today that Pokemon Go, it's just sick people, man. Like Pokemon Go porn, and
Well, that's
like,
just Pokemon porn, isn't it?
Well, they do that with everything. It doesn't surprise me.
It's just furry
it,
porn.
it doesn't surprise me either. It's just like there's kids using this thing, man, and like parents should be very aware. Um, like today's kids, they all have smartphones. They're not just like us back in the days. We had the Game Boy. That was totally limited, but now it's just going around the real world, and as like I told you guys before, getting into a ghetto place to get a Pokemon, it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, uh,
But you think that'd be a given? People need to use their own like common sense and whatnot.
it does, yeah. But it's kind of a problem because bad parenting is everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's beginning to be a huge problem right now, and it's not Nintendo's fault. It's the app warns you, but you know, shit happens like this. It's gonna keep on happening.
Yeah.
There's other news that I found out. Is like this girl was you know, playing Pokemon Go, and then she actually found a dead body.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that too. There's actually been
Yeah.
a few cases like that. But like
Like, what the
I
hell?
only read the one that you said. Like then someone told me that there was another one where like someone witnessed someone dragging a dead body somewhere or dumping it in a river.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm like, I feel like that's not Pokemon Go's fault directly. That just happened to, you know, occur while they were playing Pokemon Go.
It's like people don't get out so much, and when people see these things, they get surprised
Yes.
because they don't go out so much, and this app is giving them this exercise thing. You have to walk and look for your Pokemon and see the real world around you. Like, wow, this shit is right here near my house.
You see, Pokemon Go is actually really useful. It's helping prevent crimes already.
That's right.
It's helping catch criminals and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, and it could be used for good things, but it could also be used for naughty things.
I don't know if it could be used for naughty things. Naughty as in what? Like, oh look, I found a Pokemon in my girlfriend's cleavage.
Yeah.
That's as naughty as it can get, I guess.
Yeah, I think so, because it can't go over that.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
The worst
go
that can
over
happen is people driving and playing Pokemon Go at the same time.
Oh, man, it's...
Which, you know, people text and drive already, and I know quite a few people that watch videos while they drive, and it's not good at all. So it wouldn't surprise me that they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna catch tons of Pokemon and visit tons of landmarks and drive by myself, because it's different if you have someone in the passenger seat having them do the stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But like driving by yourself and using the phone at the same time, that's never a good idea.
Yeah, it's you know, it's using common sense, and I mean, it's just a freaking video game.
Yeah. Speaking of video, like I'm seeing people trying to game to Twitch and YouTube gaming.
Oh, they tried to stream it.
Yeah, I mean it's one thing I can get like the guy who there's an item called an incense that has a 30-minute timer that lets Pokemon gather to your location so you don't have to move to catch Pokemon. So there's streamers that just use that item
At their house, I guess.
Yeah, at their house and stream it from there. I
Uh,
saw just a little bit ago a guy. Now, honestly, I'm not sure if he had it under his ceiling fan or it was strapped to his ceiling fan. But all I saw was a ceiling. I couldn't tell if it was moving or not, but that was supposed to like trick the GPS into thinking he was moving around. And he was using that to bring up the mileage on the egg item that I
oh my
mentioned
god.
earlier, where you had to travel the distance. I would like to believe that he had it strapped to his ceiling fan and it was spinning in a huge circle to try and up the mileage on that egg item I mentioned. But then there's this guy on YouTube Gaming. Uh, I don't remember his name, so I can't even tell you. But they acted like it was live. Because he was like asking chat to tell things. He had thousands of viewers, and it was super obviously pre-recorded, dude. And
Man.
I can't help but feel like that's false advertisement. It's
Yeah.
super obvious, like it was, late at night here, and was like 3 in the afternoon on his phone, completely sunny and everything. I don't know if that's fair to call
No, it
that
is
live
not.
streaming and to get as
Yeah.
many viewers as he was.
Yeah, it's totally cheating. uh, so what else? What other news have we found? Well, it's been like nearly 1 week. I think it's
Uh,
1 week and some
Almost a
days.
week.
Yeah, and I heard I read some article that Nintendo they own already like $14 million of the microtransaction things, and that's a lot for a week.
Wow, that's spectacular.
Yes, and even though Nintendo today are suffering a little bit, but at the same time, this is legit.
Legit.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's one of the better mobile games you can probably get right now. Like, first they released this or first they released Mitomo, actually, I meant to say, and then they
Which is
released
great.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitomo needed, like, I like the improvements they made so far to Mitomo. It's much better than when it first came out. Um, but I like how they're moving towards the, like, actual, like, mobile phone industry now as well. Or
mm,
app development, at least, I mean.
Oh yeah, I've never been so invested in a mobile game before. Surprising. But
yeah.
it's Nintendo and it's Pokemon. Not sure where you can go wrong. Oh, that's another thing. The Bluetooth device. You guys know about that?
Uh,
Bluetooth device.
what specifically? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's called Pokemon Go Plus. Maybe you haven't seen it.
Nope.
It's a device that connects via Bluetooth to your phone. That's out later this month, actually.
Whoa.
Nice.
So, like, it hasn't come out yet, then, I guess.
That's right. It hasn't come out yet, as far as I'm aware.
Nice. So what does it exactly do?
I'm fuzzy on the details, but what I think it does is, in order to really play Pokemon Go, you have to have your screen turned on all the time, and that's a
Yeah.
major killer on battery
Yeah.
for
You-
sure.
You might have to carry those portable battery chargers.
Yeah, I do some of this stuff in the car because I'm too frail to walk around. So I have a car inverter, that plugs into the cigarette lighter,
Yeah.
and it has USB on it, so I charge my phone that way. I also have a battery pack.
Yeah, that's probably more useful.
Yeah, but as far as I can tell, this device, I know that it's out later this month. It's called Pokemon Go Plus. Again, you have to have your screen on the whole time to track everything. But as far as I can tell, you don't have to have your screen on. What it does is it vibrates and lights up. So you keep your phone in your pocket, and this thing connects to your phone via Bluetooth. And when a Pokemon is nearby, it'll light up or vibrate or something like that. And then there's a button on it, and it will attempt to catch the Pokemon that's nearby just via the bracelet.
Dude, like that will complete the Pokemon experience for sure. Or like bring it up a level, you know. Because
Yeah.
right now, like you have to launch the app to be able to use it.
That's right.
And catch Pokemon. It'd be cool if it was like, I don't want push notifications on my phone, but it's something like that where it's like, you know, an accessory. I think I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, me too. I'm so invested, or I've gotten so interested in this game. I actually haven't spent any money on the microtransactions. That's a thing I can talk about in a bit. But yeah, I actually want this device.
Wow.
You said it's coming August?
No, it's this month.
Oh, this month. Okay.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, I
heard
next
July.
month. Okay.
Yeah, I heard July.
Nice.
I didn't
Looks
lie.
like you
What
can
are you
wear it
talking
as a
about?
necklace, or it looks like you can wear it as like a necklace or bracelet or something. Yeah.
So, do you feel like a Pokemon trainer?
It's really cool, dude.
I'd say you feel like someone who captures Pokemon, not a Pokemon trainer.
I feel more like a bird keeper.
Yeah. You can't capture the Pokemon and then actually cuddle with them and train them. I mean, I guess you could buy a plushie of each of the Pokemon you catch and pretend that's them. And then, I don't know, like go to like Build-A-Bear factory and get one of those voice boxes and whatnot and record a message on them. Just be like, for each one, you just go online, download the audio sample of like their voices, and then you just get like Pikachu,
Yeah.
Gengar.
You could put the cry from the games in.
Yeah,
would
that's
take a
it.
whole lot to do. Yeah. That's a funny picture about Pidgey that I saw is somebody is having the same problem as me, where it's mostly Pidgey in their neighborhood. Just like the normal Pokemon games, you're able to nickname Pokemon however you want. So you have they have this screenshot of the ones that they've caught, and the screen is just Pidgey, and it just goes. He just nicknamed every single Pidgey the lyrics to "The bird is the word."
Wow, really?
bird, the bird is the word.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. In other news, I've been disappointed in Hollywood for a really long time. And speaking of birds, Angry Birds came out as a movie.
Oh, what the
Yeah.
heck?
Who knows freaking why? However, Pokemon Go has obviously gotten pretty huge, pretty viral, as some people might put it.
Yeah.
I just say insanely popular. And so Hollywood seeing that, and they're trying to scramble to make a live action movie of Pokemon like now more than ever, just because of this app.
Okay, that's weird. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's cool and all, but I don't want anything like that to be rushed, you know?
Yeah.
Especially a live action of an anime or something. Because, like live actions of animes already usually end up coming out, like, horribly. And
That's
if it's,
right.
Shit.
And if it's rushed
Really
out, it's going to be
even
worse.
shittier.
Yeah.
Again,
Shitty.
Hollywood disappoints me anyway, and if it's rushed like that, it's gonna disappoint people even harder.
Yeah, the problem is that even though Pokemon have done their own movies,
Yeah,
Hollywood does not have all the best stories out there in the whole world, and they still need to get the license, the
They'll get the
copyright
license
thing.
for sure, no problem, probably.
Yeah, of course, but if the fans do fight for Hollywood, do not do this movie. Like, they probably will hear us and don't do it because right now we're not ready for a live action Pokemon. It's gonna look shit. It's gonna look bad. Like we've seen a lot of anime being
I
in a
just
live action, and it's just bad.
I just think, look, a
So
Pikachu
we don't
looks
want that with Pokemon.
adorable in 2D animation, but make that thing like just Dan. You remember how you were saying how Detective Pikachu looks scary? Just imagine that, but even more
Yes.
realistic.
Oh gosh.
I don't.
No, I don't
I
want
don't think
things like
I
that.
would say that it would look very, charming. It looked like a weird rat, like furry yellow rat.
It's gonna look so corny and it's just Hollywood uses a lot of
And
CGI,
yeah, and
and
if it
I'm
didn't
not a
look
fan of
realistic, it
CGI.
looked like, it looked like a weird, cartoonish 3D model that would not fit in with human beings.
No, they make really dumb design decisions on stuff. I remember being horrified at seeing what Murray looked like in the Sly Cooper movie that was or is supposed to be coming out. I don't know. I don't know what they're smoking and what drugs they're doing
Because
to
they don't
like
look
change.
alike like the game.
Yeah, to change things so radically in the way that they do. There's tons of examples, you know.
I think they're kind of redoing it because I have not seen a new trailer yet because it was supposed to come out this year and I
Yeah, I
have
think you're
I
right.
haven't heard it. I haven't seen anything. And yeah, that's probably it. You know, if fans do something or something, they won't put it out because if they go into the commercials, like we're gonna say shit, and they probably will change some things
I mean,
depending
I'm
on.
sure they might be trying to, but usually when you got a trailer, you're you're some way through the movie already, so they
They're
probably
probably done with the movie.
they probably sunk quite a bit of money into it. Excuse me, I got the hiccups.
Mm.
So so what other news? Uh, well, I heard that people cosplay
That's
during
Pokemon.
their Pokemon catching.
Oh yeah, like
I've seen Ash Ketchum more than once on the internet.
yeah, that's the one. Like I think like a friend of ours said that he went to the airport and he saw a kid dressed like was the like was the Pokemon Red Hat.
Hmm.
Uh,
I like Ash. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if it's Ash's hat or if it's Trainer Red's hat.
Sure.
Uh, but yeah, he was completely dressed up as a Pokemon trainer, but like walking with the phone in front of him and a suitcase behind him.
You know, I love that. I think that's awesome. But as far as people cosplaying, the internet has taken a reaction towards these these new trainers that have come out. Like if you look at Sun and Moon and this game, like people are like going crazy on like I guess they're guys, so I can't relate to this
Mm-hmm.
as a whole lot, but I can see where they're coming from. How the professors are like really attractive.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. They
It's a
they don't
safer
look
to
anything
go.
like Professor Oak or any of the other professors.
No.
These are like young, like really handsome. Like if they were actors, like
Really well built.
yeah.
Damn. Oh
It's
wow.
funny.
So crazy things will happen in the future. This is only 1 week and some days.
And nobody's
Imagine
died yet, as far as I know.
No, I don't think anyone's. I mean, there's probably a
no
few accidents, but not like bad ones.
deaths. Yeah, exactly. Uh, let's see. So yeah, it's only been 1 week and days. Maybe next year we will see, and we will hear well a lot of things because when Pokemon Go uh birth 1 year, like it's gonna have something special, because it's been a huge success,
Oh yeah.
and I never thought that this mobile game will be successful. I mean, I don't like mobile games that much, but this one's legit.
Well, I just hope they continue
I
updating
think this
it.
was recommendable.
Yeah, I just hope they keep on updating it throughout the year,
Oh yeah.
because that's how you keep
I hear.
an app alive, adding new
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I hear that Niantic wants to update it bi-weekly, actually, and they've been
Ooh.
in the overdrive trying to make the game not crash as much.
Hmm. Well, it all depends on the phone you have.
Yeah,
'Cause-
there's that too.
Awesome.
So I want to ask you guys, do you remember what Google did 2 years ago?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Google.
I'm wondering if it all started from that, you know?
Um,
I
it,
remember
it
that
was
trailer really well.
it was probably like inspired. Google probably did it a little bit better though. Um, but if you don't remember Zyberpunk, Google did this thing where if you I can't remember what the specific day it was, but it was probably
Wasn't
the
it April
Pokemon.
Fool's?
No, I think it was a Pokemon anniversary, wasn't it? Or maybe it could have been April Fool's.
Maybe.
But
Well, 20th anniversary was this year, so.
maybe it was the 18th anniversary. I don't know. It feels like it might have even been longer than that. But anyway, what it is, if you went to Google, Google Maps specifically, on a desktop, you could actually find Pokemon around certain locations, and you'd basically be walking around on Google Street View. I think it's the Street View specifically, finding and catching Pokemon.
Wow.
But it also had a trailer with the augmented reality stuff. I remember specifically this guy on a fishing boat.
So yeah, maybe it was an
with
April
his
Fool's
phone,
joke.
Oh, okay.
trying to fish
I
up
think
a
I
Gyarados.
yeah. I think I do remember the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something funny. I did hear that somebody actually threw their phone to try and catch a Pokemon or something.
Yeah, I've heard that
through
too.
the Vine. No real source on that, but I've heard that through the Vine, and I completely believe that, considering the amount of televisions that were destroyed when the Wii first came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some people like, because when you first catch a Pokemon, it doesn't really tell you how to catch it. Um, like I mean, it instinctively came to me like, oh, you just swipe up on the phone to toss the ball. But some people thought they had to actually like swing the phone, like to do a throwing motion.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
I think that's a bit too much because like
well
I mean
yeah,
you really want to save batteries because
well it's not saving battery, but it's just like it's too like it kind of feels weird because what are you aiming at? You know, like you use the camera to be able to see where it's at. So of course you're gonna swipe on your phone, but once you move the phone away, you can't really see where it is. You gotta kind of like memorize blindly where it's at, and then be like, "Oh, there it is," and kind of aim in that general direction.
Okay. I want to mention for how it's built right now. The AR is toggleable, and when you have AR, it also activates a gyroscope in your phone if you have a gyroscope in your phone. And it would be using the, would you call that the rear-facing camera or the front-facing camera? The one that's pointing out.
The one that's pointing away from you.
Yeah, the one that's pointing away from you.
The rear-facing camera.
Okay, so the rear-facing camera, when you have AR disabled is turned off, and it just puts a generic background behind it. Um, and that saves battery because that's turning the camera off.
Yeah. I mean, you're already using so much. You're using your GPS, your camera,
Data.
and data. Like, my phone gets like so hot sometimes while I'm
Oh
using the app.
yeah, dude. Yeah. And having to have the screen on to play it, man, it is
Mm.
it's killer. I have seen pictures of Best Buy stock of where they sell those power banks for phones being empty.
Yeah.
So tips
Nice.
for keeping your battery okay
Yeah.
is you basically want to have your screen turned down as far as you can, obviously,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
have the AR flipped off so it's not using the camera because that also takes up quite a bit.
so I was gonna say, you know, what'd be pretty cool now that we've got Pokemon Go. What if we had like Pokemon Snap as well, but app version?
I would be so happy for any new iteration of Pokemon Snap, dude.
Because I
Hmm.
think like the way Pokemon Go is right now, like Pokemon Snap, like using like AR and whatnot, that would actually like be a pretty good idea. So, Niantic, I give you that one for free. Just put my name somewhere in the credits.
Yeah, there you go. Make it work.
Hmm.
I think there should be one
Nice.
on Wii U.
Yeah, like a completely new full game.
Yeah.
But a mobile game would work as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. And I wish I could have another Pokemon Snap. I love that game.
Nice. Nah, I like the ideas though. So, anything else to say before we close this podcast?
No, I
Uh,
guess that.
And I really like it. Shin just said when he gets back that we're gonna go cruising.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna let you forget that, dude,
we're
because it's gonna be
right.
tons of fun.
Karibukai,
the
Pokemon
neighborhood.
trainers.
Yeah, we're gonna dominate the entire neighborhood, and it's gonna be Soda Wave Karibukai.
Zero Karibukai fusion crossover. Oh yeah. Apparently, you will find more Pokemons than just flying Pokemons.
Yeah, well, there'll be tons of
For the-
Pidgeys, and I don't know. Maybe
Hopefully.
if we go to that lake that's nearby,
Yeah, dude.
we
I
could
thought about
find
it.
like some, I don't know,
You, Squirtle,
yeah, Staryu, Squirtles, Magikarps
Horsey.
to get. I would love a Gyarados.
Me too, dude.
Awesome. Now, as soon as I get my phone working with free space, I can download the app and join you guys in this journey. But as for now, I'm just going to stick with just my camera and some mobile games I have here.
Yeah,
All right.
Enjoy all the funny pictures on the internet.
you can
Because-
Photoshop
Oh yeah, I'll
Pokemon.
totally. Yes, totally.
Yeah.
So, please, if you like this video, please drop me a like, rate, comment, and subscribe. This has been Zyberpunky.
And this is Shinja.
Hello, my name is Officer Dan. Do you like video games? Well, me and Shinja do that kind of thing over at our gameplay channel called Karibukai Play.
We
So
stream.
come visit.
Yeah, we stream Friday nights.
Come visit.
10:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, more or less. I don't know. Come visit us
Come
and
visit, it's around then.
Then say hi. And we upload regularly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Zyber Station. And we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys later.